Welcome students to this video lecture which is related to online course Plant Hormones. In this video lecture we will discuss topic 3 of this course, and this topic is related to third category of plant promoters which are known as gibberellins. In this lecture we will discuss what are gibberellins, why they were discovered, and their physiological role. Gibberellins are a class of diterpene plant growth hormones that regulate various developmental processes. First gibberellin, which was structurally found, is GA3. There are more than 126 gibberellic acids or gibberellins which were identified, and all possess a diterpenoid structure. That means they are weakly acidic compounds, and they were first found in rice seedlings. You can see here a structure of a gibberellic acid. Here you can see they possess acidic COH group. Their chemical structure shows tetracyclic diterpene acids, which is a common anti-gibberellin skeleton in all gibberellic acids or gibberellins. And this common anti-gibberellin skeleton or gibbon ring you can see here. Here you can see it starts from this ring A, B, C and D, and you can see here carbon number up to 20 here it is present, and this gibbon ring is common to all gibberellins. As far as their discovery is concerned, first a Japanese scientist named Kurosawa, he observed a rice field where rice plants they grow very tall as compared to normal rice seedlings, and they named this disease as foolish seedling disease. And they found that these rice plants they are affected by a fungal disease, and that fungus is Gibberellia fujikori. And later on in 1926 they filtered the extract of this fungus, and later on another scientist, Yabuta, in 1934 he discovered a compound fuchsic acid which was later known as gibberellins. So it is associated with the rice seedling, and the disease of that seedling is known as foolish seedling disease. That means you have to remember there is a fungus that is known as Gibberellia fujikari. On that basis, this compound was known as gibberellic acid. You can see here slide tall rice. That means infected or diseased rice, infected by fungi, Gibberellia fujikari, and you can see normal rice seedlings. So this is how they were discovered. As for their production, they are mostly found in young tissues, or they are synthesized gibberellic acids, roots, germinating seeds, developing shoots, or even in embryo, and it has been seen production increases in the dark. They are synthesized from acetyl coenzyme A. Now second part of this topic is physiological role of gibberellins, how they influence different phenomena in plant growth and development. Let us discuss that. Gibberellins they stimulate hyperelongation of intact plants stem, especially the mutant dwarfs and rosette plants. Seed germination and mobilization of endosperm reserves also occurs through the gibberellins during early embryo development. Another role gibberellins show, that is leaf expansion, pollen maturation, and flowering and fruit development is also influenced by the gibberellins. Effect of gibberellins on rosette plants. What are rosette plants? Rosette plants, for example, spinach, cabbage, which have short internodes. They are known as rosette plants. It has been seen, you can see here in this picture, this is a cabbage having short internodes in the form of leaves are in the form of cluster. There is no elongated stem. But when rosette plants are affected by or where gibberellic acid is applied to rosette plants, you can see they show hyper elongation. This is known as bolting. You can see here also in Brassicaceae. Here this is a rosette form, but after application of gibberellic acid you can see hyper elongation of stem. So students, here what do we mean by rosette plants? And example, cabbage, spinach. So the process of bolting is here. That means rosette plants, they do not flower in rosette form. Before flowering, they need elongation of internodes. We see this elongation or bolting. It is triggered by environmental signals, photoperiod, low temperature. But if exogenous application of this gibberellin acid, it causes bolting. So it bypasses the photoperiod as well as low temperature. So gibberellins, they cause bolting, that means elongation of internodes in rosette plants. You can see in this slide, this is a rosette plant. Application of gibberellins, they cause hyper elongation. These are these plants, but after application of gibberellic acid. Then gibberellins, you can see here, promote stem elongation, as I told you when applied to intact plants. That means it shows effect when intact plants are sprayed by gibberellic acid. Unlike auxins, here the intact plant shows the effect. We can see it overcomes dwarfism, that means shortness, even in dwarf mutants that have mutation in gibberellic acid synthesis pathway. If the dwarf, that means it is short, but wild type is tall, then we see even if the dwarf plants are treated with gibberellic acid, they show hyper elongation, that means they become tall. So we can see gibberellic acid, it stimulates elongation, but its effect is seen on intact plants. Another aspect, you can see model plant Arabidopsis. As you can see, it has been used as a model plant to understand the gibberellic biosynthesis. This is a dwarf mutant of Arabidopsis thaliana, GA3 mutant. Then you can see on this right side, after application of gibberellic acid, how this dwarf mutant, it becomes tall. So here dwarf mutant plus gibberellic acid after application of GA3. Gibberellins, they also overcome dormancy in seeds. You can see the dormancy, breaking of dormancy. That means seeds, they germinate after the application of gibberellic acids. Actually, we see how this takes place by, we know the endosperm in seeds, they contain the reserve food material, and the developing embryo, it produces the enzymes or gibberellic acid also, which mobilize the nutrients and transport it to embryo. So we see the drastic change takes place, all nutrients are available, so growth takes place. In this way, dormancy is overcome, or dormancy overcomes by gibberellic acid. You can see here seed dormancy, how it overcomes. You can see embryo is here. From embryo, GA or gibberellic acid is produced, and gibberellic acid is involved in the mobilization of nutrients. So students, you have to remember dormancy overcomes, gibberellic acid overcomes dormancy. Then bud dormancy. Temperate regions, the buds formed in autumn remain dormant until next spring due to cold, but gibberellic acid, they can also application of, they can break the dormancy. Then gibberellins also show their action as far as flowering in long day plants is concerned. Gibberellic acid they stimulate bolting in long day plants and substitute for long days or cold treatments. You know, long days and cold treatments they are necessary for flowering. But when gibberellic acid is treated or applied to such plants, they flower. You can see here even these plants earlier here you can see no flowering takes place even at the day length is long, but after application of gibberellic acid flowering takes place. Another important aspect as we see in oxygens also seedless fruits are parthenocarpy. Gibberellins also are involved in the development of seedless fruits. You can see seedless grapes, seedless watermelon. Then Thompson seedless grapes variety. You can see enlarged this fruit of grapes and seedless grapes are also produced by application of gibberellic acid. Gibberellins here you can see external application. It causes enlarged fruit size or fruit size gets increased after application. So these are the practical aspects of the gibberellic acid. Then as far as sex expression is concerned, we see in plants which have separate male and that means which are unimonoecious having separate male and female flowers. Gibberellic acid application it determines the sex and we see gibberellic acid treatment in case of cucumber or spinach it increases the proportion of male flowers, but in maize this treatment induces female flowers. Then there are substances which are known as anti-gibberellins. Anti-gibberellins, for example, synthetic compounds are these AMO 1618 brand name or Phosphon D or Psychocell CCC. They are known as anti-gibberellins. They retard the growth. They block the steps which are involved in the gibberellic acid biosynthesis. Although it seems they are harmful, but no, they are also show the commercial importance in the production of ornamental potted plants, because ornamentals or cut flowers they should not grow too tall, then they don't give any aesthetic look. So when we use anti-gibberellins in these potted plants ornamentals, they remain dwarf and they look beautiful. So this is one of the aspect of anti-gibberellins. And in many areas where wheat plants they tend to lodge near harvest, that means they grow very tall and then they lodge, so it affects the crop yield. But spray of anti-gibberellins they remain short, they produce shorter stiffer stem, so prevent lodging and yield also is good. So in this way anti-gibberellins they show practical importance or commercial importance. So students we discuss all aspects about the gibberellins. Thank you.